In a bid to improve accountability and transparency of Guyana's petroleum sector, the PPPC administration laid a number of amendments to the Natural Resource Fund NRF Act in the National Assembly so that all Guyanese can benefit from the nation's newly found wealth. For starters, the NRF Act that was passed in 2019 under the coalition lacks critical governance structures, including a board of directors, as required by the 24 generally accepted principles of practices for sovereign wealth funds, referred to as the Santiago Principles. Instead, the 2019 Act vested total control of the funds in the hands of the finance minister without the required checks and balances. So, here are some of the major takeaways of the amended NRF Act that will strengthen the management and transparency of Guyana's petroleum revenues. For starters, the powers of the Minister of Finance over the NRF has been reduced and transferred to a board of directors that will include members from a wide cross-section of society, including Parliament and the private sector. The formula to be used to determine maximum withdrawals from the fund also removes the ability of the Minister of Finance to manipulate the withdrawal process. The Dr. Ali-led administration has now instituted parliamentary safeguards to guide the approval and oversight of withdrawals from the NRF. The amended act makes it compulsory for the government to get parliamentary approval for all withdrawals from the fund for all expenditure, in keeping with the budgetary process. The expenditure will also be subject to audits by the Office of the Auditor General, after which reports will be further scrutinized by the Public Accounts Committee, PAC. The amended act sets out new, simplified calculations needed for ensuring the fund achieves its purposes. The administration has also introduced a harsh penalty of up to 10 years imprisonment if the finance minister fails to publish in the official gazette and lay over to the National Assembly information on all receipts into the fund within 3 months. Since taking office, the PPPC administration has not spent monies generated from the petroleum sector, since it has promised the nation to only spend oil revenue after it has passed amendments to the provisions governing the management, accountability, and transparency of the fund.